Let's take a few minutes to talk about two things, updates and comments. First of all, updates. How often should you update? As often as possible. Now, that doesn't mean every other day, or excuse me, twice a day that you're sending updates, but you should remember that updates are the way that you're communicating actively with your backers. They want to know what the status is in the project that you're making with that updated, when you make those updates. So keep them active, keep them pertinent, put in graphics, you can put in new video, there's all kinds of cool stuff that you can use for an update. Sometimes that's great information can be put in there, and your backers are going to be really interested in hearing what you have to say. And don't forget that updates continue after you've funded, because your backers are going to continue to want to hear the progress that's made. And one of the reasons you should do that is because you are building a community, you're building a tribe, you're building a group of people who have come together because they believe in you. That's why they gave you money. So make sure that you use those updates to keep them informed of the good and the bad, because there's going to be some bad things. There's going to be some things you didn't think about, some things that pop up that caught you off guard, a typhoon in China and your ship suddenly is in the middle of the ocean and you don't know where it is. Tell them that. Let people know what's going on with the updates and they'll feel a lot more comfortable. And you're not spamming your backers. Those updates are great. Oh, and speaking of those backers, even after the project ends, remember, every time you send an update, you're sending information to all those people who gave you their contact information. So use it well to keep interest going in the project. Let's talk about comments. Comments there's some things to be careful of with comments. When you put a comment out there, or one of your backers puts a comment, it's forever. It never goes away. You can't get rid of it. It's going to stay there. Well, what that means is that if somebody puts a good comment, that's great, and you want to respond to that. If they put a bad comment, and there will be some because people won't be happy with what you've done, you got to have a thick skin. You can't react to this. You've got to be able to tell yourself, okay, take a deep breath, step back, think about it, and respond in a calm and professional manner. Because whatever you say is going to be there forever. And don't do something rash that you will regret for the rest of the project. And that can be a big deal. So think about those comments. And then one last thing on the comments. Usually I don't spread rumors, but there's a rumor that the number of comments and their frequency is directly tied to the likelihood that your project will show up on the popularity page of Kickstarter for your category. I don't know if it's true. We're still researching it, but I wanted to share that piece with you that you might be able to take a look. Tell your backers, make comments, be active, talk about it, because that shows that a project has a lot of energy when there's a lot of comments. So those two things to think about, updates and comments. It helps potential backers see what's going on if they weren't there from the beginning, and it helps keep a high level of energy going for your projects, even long after they've ended.